everyone, it's Bryan here from the QTube. I just wanted to talk with you today about how the money that we raise through our School Relief voluntary fundraiser actually gets used by our charity partner In Place of War. So just to recap, this will be our third School Relief competition. It's completely free to enter, but alongside the competition, we operate a completely voluntary charity fundraiser, and we raise money from our community through that fundraiser for our chosen charity partner. And this year, our partner, I'm delighted to say, for the second time, is In Place of War, who do great work regenerating community and cultural projects through all the arts in places that have been affected by conflict. So the first time that we ran School Relief, back in the winter of 2020-21, we raised just over £10,000, which was fantastic. The second time that we ran it and we partnered with In Place of War, we raised about £5,000, which we're really grateful for. And this year our community is much bigger, the profile of the QTube is much bigger, and the prizes I think are much more exciting. So I'm hoping that we'll get much more participation and raise much more money for In Place of War. So let's just talk with Emma from In Place of War about how the money from the previous School Relief, where we partnered with In Place of War, actually was put to use.
The charity partnership with In Place of War in 2022 went towards our Hack Music education program, which is a really innovative music access program for artists across the global south. And the whole concept is about hacking into the songwriting and creation process, and importantly, hacking into the infrastructure of the music industry, which is something that can feel so inaccessible to artists wherever they're starting their careers and wherever they're developing their careers around the world. And the funds raised during School Relief 2022 went to support the completion of the assets and resources for that programme, for which In Place of War is hugely grateful.
So having learned from the previous experiences that we've had and in conversations with In Place of War about how best to work together, we've decided together that this year the money from School Relief will go into a new project of theirs, which is called the Hack Music Catalyst Fund. And I'll let Emma tell you a little bit more about what that is.
Now we move on to 2024, where we've developed our Hack Music Catalyst Fund, and that is the key project that School Relief is going to be supporting next year. The In Place of War Hack Music Catalyst Fund is what School Relief 2024 will be supporting through its fundraising campaign. And the Hack Music Catalyst Fund is a process by which In Place of War can support music development projects run by our grassroots changemaker network across the global south, all operating in areas affected by conflict. The way that the Catalyst Fund works is we invite members of our changemaker community who are developing music projects to apply for the fund. They give us a synopsis and a proposal of their project. We bring together a panel of music industry expert judges alongside our core In Place of War senior team. And from there, we select 3 recipients of each round of Catalyst funding. And the fund itself is made up of £3,000 in seed funding, along with mentorship from members of the music industry, the global music industry, who've been very carefully selected and matched with the music projects that the changemakers are creating, because we listen to what the changemakers need, and then we find the right mentor within our network, or we reach out beyond our music industry network to get somebody who really resonates with the project and for whom the project is a perfect alignment. And then a series of mentoring sessions are arranged between the music changemakers, developing the projects, and their mentors. And that's the way that these projects evolve and come into fruition. And we also have support from our music manufacturer and equipment partners who donate very generously equipment to resource these music spaces, which really do have a huge impact and are transformative in terms of bringing communities together in conflict affected areas through the power of music and through the power of being able to make music, record music, perform music in these spaces, which are developed through the Hack Music Catalyst Fund. So in partnership with Score Relief 2024, In Place of War is asking you to reflect on the fact that £3,000 gathered amongst the incredible QTube and Score Relief community could be spread out a relatively small amount of money, and yet it could kickstart one of these projects and actually enable it to happen. So if we could multiply that and raise several seed funding amounts of £3,000, we could really make a positive impact on some of these conflict affected communities and be supporting fellow artists around the world, which is so powerful. Thank you so much in advance for your support.
So we think that's really exciting. I'm really attracted to the idea that each project is sort of well defined in terms of the money that it receives, and it allows us to target a number of projects. My ambition for Score Relief this year is that we can actually fully fund 4 Catalyst projects, so that's £12,000. So we're really being ambitious with our fundraiser this year, but I think that together we can do that. And it would be absolutely fantastic to fund 4 different projects around the world, and we can actually sort of sponsor those projects in a way and follow the progress of those projects during the course of the year, which I think will be great for everybody to see. And over the next week or so, we're going to share 2 examples of 2 projects that have already benefited from the Hack Music Catalyst Fund, one of them in South America and one of them in the Middle East. And we'll be hearing directly from the changemakers who've actually been involved in getting those projects up and running. And I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. So stay tuned. We'll be hearing from those people in the very near future. Thanks for your time and attention. Thanks again for your support. And hopefully see you on Sunday for the exciting launch of Score Relief 2024.
This has been the most amazing journey for me. So a big thank you, and I'm very happy.
Hear me with my freestyle flying high like a kite, only star in the sky.